You're welcome. You're a fan of the NFL. You're not an Eagles fan. You stumble across this video. You're welcome. The Dynasty. It ends. We expose them. Absolute ass kicking. They got 14 points, and we pulled our starters. We pulled our starters in the Super Bowl. Kenny Pickett got cleanup duty in a Super Bowl against Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Beat the Patriots dynasty, beat the Chiefs dynasty. Hey, maybe it's time for Philly to go on a little bit of a dynasty run ourselves. What a freaking game, dude. Incredible. 40-22. Now we're getting a little greedy. Right? This is my second Super Bowl win, and I'm not bragging. Like, there's a chance. Hey, the tides could turn. And everyone hating the Chiefs, deservedly so, because they win all the time. Maybe in the rearview mirror of that, the next team is going to be my Eagles. So I think us as Eagle fans need to get ready to be prepared, not just be hated because we're Eagle fans, but to get hated because all we do is win all the freaking time. Because this postseason run, what was the score of the game to get to the Super Bowl? Oh, we beat the Commanders 55 to something? Like, this run is absolutely incredible. And it was going to take, this was the only way Nick Sirianni to redeem himself for me. After last year's embarrassing loss and Jason Kelsey's last game crying on the sidelines after a disgusting performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the only way Sirianni was going to redeem himself was going on and win a Super Bowl. And this is actually what hey, guilty as charged. Big dumb dipshit, big dumb stupid moron. What does Nick Sirianni even do? He's a passenger head coach. I don't know. He got the secret sauce. And I think at minimum now we need to Nick Sirianni is like at where he's your Harbaugh, he's your Tomlin. He's earned the right to be like, well, he's a CEO head coach. He's a player's head coach. Gets the guys ready head coach. Hey, I guess he does. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP, goes 17 of 22, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. The pick was pretty bad. Horrible throw from Jalen Hurts. Horrible protection from Cam Jerkins on the inside. Jalen Hurts also the game's leading rusher with 72 yards rushing and a touchdown. I think deserved MVP. I think there's going to be people that nitpick. Vic Fangio obviously was not going to win MVP. I think Josh Sweat, Milton Williams in the discussion for sure, but much like Saquon Barkley trying to win the NFL MVP and it's a quarterback award, well, the Super Bowl MVP is pretty much a quarterback award, and Jalen Hurts deserved it. And what is Jalen Hurts' stat? You put this Super Bowl and last Super Bowl together, he is literally he is playing like an elite quarterback in the Super Bowl. Like it's his best game. He plays his best game in the biggest moments, and I think justifies the contract. There's going to be times I'm going to need to come back to this video. There's going to be probably a game next year, week 4. We'll lose to the Jags, and I'll be like, Nick Sirianni, all right, it's over. Jalen Hurts, you got to look back at this big picture. These guys are earning their contracts. Jalen Hurts was awesome. Interception aside, A+, throwing a grade there. 57 yards for Saquon Barkley. We knew they were going to take away Saquon Barkley. He still goes, he didn't get 100. He had 97 total. That is still kind of funny. Where it's like, the Chiefs, they took away, give them credit. They didn't let Saquon Barkley go off. And he still almost got 100 yards. Like, we're talking doom and gloom. Saquon did nothing. Still almost had 100 yards. That's not a good game for him. That's not good enough. That's not the standard. We need to enjoy this. I'm going to say the one negative thing. We all know what's going to happen. Saquon Barkley's going to get the cover in Madden. And then we're going to be just self-conscious about the Madden curse all next year. Okay, I get it. But let's enjoy this one right now. Saquon still had a hell of a game, throwing a great, give him a B+. Devontae Smith owns the Kansas City Chiefs, 69 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 43 yards and a touchdown. Jahan Dotson, the first opening touchdown. That was not, unfortunately. But hey, you know what? The confidence there for Jahan Dotson, we're going to need that to carry into next season for him to be a impactful player of this offense. Needs to be that legit third wide receiver that Jalen Hurts has trust in to open up another element of this offense. I think we're getting there. We're going to justify that trade with the Commanders. All the receivers, there was no bad drops. Everything worked. Really, the only thing that was bad was the terrible offensive pass interference on A.J. Brown on the 4th down in the first half. But I will say, in turn, there was I don't even know what happened. It was like a legal hit to the head on Goddard, I think. Like, that was it was a makeup call. And hey, I appreciate the refs. You make a terrible call. Let's keep the balance there a little bit. So very happy to see that. But, I mean, the story of this is the defense, man. The defense absolutely dominated. That's probably like you put the Seahawks-Broncos Super Bowl. This was the next most one-sided ass-kicking Super Bowl of all time. And I think within the context of the Chiefs going for the three-peat makes this one even more impressive. And that comes down to Vic Fangio and his men on the defensive side of the ball. Zach Bond, 10 tackles and a pick. Please come back. Josh Sweat, 2.5 sacks, 2 TFLs. Please come back. Milton Williams, 2 sacks, forced fumble. Please come back. Like, the thing that was the biggest bummer is every time someone was getting a graphic in the second half, it was like highlighting the defense, it was all free agents. They're not, put it this way, I guarantee they're not all going to go. We're not losing all of them. Again, don't want to focus on the negative, but if I had to guess, I'm going to probably say Sweat's gone. Milton's gone. I think we keep Bond. If I had to just right now vibe test, I think Bond and Becton might be the two that we think about re-signing. And obviously you have the whole Myles Garrett thing. But I'm not going to pile onto the Myles Garrett thing. Just imagine though. Just for 1 millisecond, we win the Super Bowl, and then we're like, oh, let's rest on our laurels. We're going to lose our free agents. Let's boo-hoo. Hopefully we can replace in the draft, and then I don't know where Philadelphia trades for Myles Garrett. That'd be absolutely insane. But for this game here, I mean, let's be honest. You know, edge rush is a need for the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Graham goes out with a Super Bowl. Awesome moment. Awesome storyline for him coming back, right? But he's going to be gone. Josh Sweat likely will be gone. And the big thing, like you look at any mock draft site, you look at any draft site, Philadelphia has to go edge rusher. Well, I mean, Bryce Huff was a wash, inactive. What the hell was that about? But Jalen Hunt looked great. He got for a half a sack. Felt like he had a bunch of pressures in the first half. And like that's a testament to his development, man. This guy was Houston Baptist, was a converted safety playing D-end, project player, absolute project player. I comped him to Hassan Riddick in a certain regard, whereas Hassan Riddick was a project player, off-ball linebacker trying to learn gadget, eventually becoming a pass rusher. Similar story and journey for Jalen Hunt. And then Hunt is good enough to get the opportunity to straight up healthy scratch our big edge rush free agency signing in Bryce Huff. And then I thought Hunt was very impressive, especially in that first half with some pressures. And you're going to have Moro Jomo. Like, he's guy. Made some plays. He could be your Milton Williams replacement. And obviously the development of Nolan Smith is right on. Like, I don't know if edge rush is going to be a huge problem for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's not. But again, we keep getting bogged down in the reality of what tomorrow is going to bring. Let's enjoy tonight. We just kicked the shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs. We ended the three-peat. I'm telling you right now, we ended the dynasty. We ended it. They're at to go through us now. Next season, it's not, Chiefs are going to bounce back. They're going to rally around. No, they're not going to rally around Mahomes. They're not going to rally around one more year to Kelsey. The next year is the Chiefs are just, there's no way they're going to beat us next year because Philly's going to be right back here. There's not another team in the NFC that is fucking with this Eagles team next year. No one. Oh, the Commanders? Oh, maybe we won't beat them by 40 fucking points in the championship. Maybe we'll be 25 points and a little more competitive. There's not a single team in the NFC. If you literally this is my confidence level. If you took everybody that is set to be a free agent for the Philadelphia Eagles and say we don't resign anything, we lose all those guys, we are still the best roster of the NFC next year. You know, is it Slay's last game as a Philadelphia Eagle? There's some rumors there. Oh no, we're just gonna have to go with the two Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Oh, you know, we're good. We're gravy there. Avonte Maddox, I was cool seeing him come in. He had a nice PBU on fourth down, turnover on downs. But I think for me, defense A+. Jake Elliott, I mean, the talk all year long was Jake Elliott's going to cost us some games. And what does he do? He's like, I'm just going to go 4 for 4 in the Super Bowl. In reality, he was like 8 for 8. How many of those, every one of those freaking kicks was called back and he had to go make it again, right? But play of the game, man, Cooper DeJean's pick 6. I put a live reaction over on the X, at Papa XC4. Go give me a follow. That's play of the game. That is insane. If you've been tuned to this channel for my Eagles content, you saw my reaction to when we drafted Cooper DeJean. I lost my mind. Very rarely loved the Quinyon Mitchell pick. Wasn't even in any way, shape, or form pissed off that we went Quinyon Mitchell over Cooper DeJean in the first round. I was like, all right, that's the guy we think's the best corner. Hell yeah. Interested to see who wins out between Quinyon Mitchell and Terry and Arnold at that point in time. Philly was very right in that regard. And then as soon as Cooper DeJean went to the second round, I made like 15 fucking videos, 15 posts saying I will lose my mind. This would be the dream, is to go get Cooper DeJean because we have to go trade up. And then the Commanders were like, sure, Philly, we'll trade with you. Nothing bad ever happens when you let Howie Roseman get what he wants. We get Cooper DeJean for the memes, for the brand, and in the Super Bowl gets his first career interception as a pick 6 against Patrick Mahomes. Like, if that's not going to be a massive boost for his growth and development, like, shit, that's real life. It's not just Madden. Like, Cooper DeJean, he's now a legend. Cooper DeJean could never play another game for the Philadelphia Eagles. And he's iconic. That is an iconic play. That is an all-time play. And he's only a rookie. The reality is he's only a rookie. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for the secondary. The players that are going to be gone in free agency, like Jalen, you can honestly make the argument. Now, the reality is, if you look at the tape, there's probably a lot of double teams that Jalen Carter was eating. But the fact that he's like bottom of this stat sheet, and technically, even though it was kind of awesome in a way, because he didn't get hurt, we're not talking and gloating about or injuring a player. But when he absolutely smashed Mahomes, that was football karma for all the times he was looking for flags this year. That was awesome. Everything about this was awesome. This was the greatest game. I will say at halftime, there was like an element in my brain of like, we're gonna like, how are they gonna come back? Like almost manifesting like, okay, they're gonna come back. They're gonna at least make this game close. What are the things that are gonna have to happen? You know, you think of the 28 whatever, the Patriots Falcons. And I was like, you know what though? I don't think they're gonna Patriot Falcons because at minimum, Philly is just gonna boringly run the football 3 times, maybe get a first down, just run the football again, run the clock. That was a big thing in that Falcons game. Falcons-Patriots is like the Falcons just like abandoned the run in the second half and gave the Patriots time to get that comeback going. I thought there was never a chance in hell that Philly would do that. I was a little pissed, though. In hindsight, a little pissed we played the backups. Because those backups let the Chiefs make this game look closer than it is. Like, Super Bowl chance, man. It feels different. You know, now I'm entering the echelon of like the Patriot fans, of the Chief fans, where it's, you know, it definitely doesn't hit. It definitely will ever hit the same as the first one. But I think how we achieved the second one, getting a revenge, ending, okay, maybe not technically ending the dynasty because they could very well bounce back next year, but as of right now, in the history books, delay the three-peat. We beat the Patriots. We beat the 2 best franchises to win our 2 Super Bowls. I think that and within itself is perfectly fitting for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I got to go outside and celebrate a little bit more for bedtime. But how you guys feeling, man? It's just it's stunning. It's not shocking because we the best team. The best team went out on that field and played like the best team, and we kicked the shit out of them. But it's stunning that like it actually happened. Go Birds, man. Go Birds! We're champs! Time to run it back, man. It's time to start our own dynasty. Fuck the three-peat. Fuck the Chiefs dynasty. It's time to start an Eagles dynasty. And it all starts with Howie Roseman absolutely crushing another offseason, which I'm sure he's going to do. That'll do for me today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe. Subscribe. Go Birds. Peace out. Love you guys. Fucking love you guys. Love Jalen Hurts. I love Saquon Barkley. I love Devontae Smith. I love A.J. Brown. I love Dallas Goedert. I love Lane Johnson. I love the whole O-line. I love Jalen Carter. I love the whole defense. Cooper DeJean. I'd adopt you right now if I could. Nick Sirianni. We're now shifting on Facebook to It's Complicated at minimum, and I'm trending towards liking you a little bit. Go Birds, man. Go fucking Birds!